What's up, guys? Bring! That really gross guy here, and we are back playing a little bit of Oxygen Not Included. And it's been a little while since I played the game. I've been super busy these last few days. The last week or so has been crazy for me for going to TennoCon and whatnot for Warframe. But that's, you know, here nor there. This is a different game, so let's get into it, talk about what I'm currently working on in game and trying to do. So, at the moment, the biggest focus for me is I'm really going to need some food, it looks like. So I really want to get these areas kind of finished off, especially this area up here, because we do have our bristle blossoms stifled, and they do pop in here or there, but we need to get these things to finished and food available to us. Now, these are still growing, but they do have a little ways away, and I don't know if we're going to make it. So I do want to focus on this. So I kind of did a little bit of the pre-planning before the video, and we'll see what happens. But I do need to specifically get all of this right here figured out. And then these, I should probably get them a little bit more prioritized. Oh yeah, and prioritize. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't even set a priority on these. So boom, 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 all the way up, all the way over, and then down. We really want to get the cold oxygen in there, and the only way to do so is to get these hydro fans going and this pump going over there. Now, I wonder if there's a better way to possibly do this other than the, because we have the liquid one, space heater, thermal regulator, so that's heat, that's heat. This is the only dissipate, oh wait, outputs heat, okay, yep, wait, cools the gas pipe, gas, okay, never mind. Produces a moderate amount of heat, yeah, we don't want that. We need to dissipate heat and make cooler air. We need to pump that to where our plants are, because these are stifled, like I was saying. We'll see what happens with that. Let's get full speed ahead. Let's check on the duplicate. If we get a good duplicate, I will take it. But if we don't, I will not. Because I do have to make a new bed. Binge Eater, not a big fan. Ugly Crier is not awful. Destructive, I would really not like to have, but he is good in these areas. Oh, that's actually, this guy's actually not too bad. Amphibious is good. Decor Expectations 5. This guy's not so bad. Let's go with Abe. Let's go with Abe. Part of me wants to get this guy, but I'm a little straying away from the destructive, even though he's not very demanding on these other aspects. But we don't need this guy to cook, and maybe Amphibious might come in handy later. I don't know. Let's take it. It's gonna mess with our food habits though, but we'll do it anyways. Let me get a quick pause. Even though I just sped it up, I do need to make sure we keep these guys happy. So should I let's put a bed. I've been thinking about moving putting more beds over here, but maybe we save that for like a medical area. Let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. Decor, canvas. Hopefully everybody is happy with all of that. So boom. Alright, so let's do that. What do we have? This area is going to get worked on in time, but I'm not super crazy about getting this stuff done first. I mean, I do want to get my gas exchange system and all that stuff worked out, but we'll see what happens. Eventually, we will need to move out this way. So what I've considered doing is putting a gas pump in here, making sure this is one of these good mechanized airlocks. And we'll release this hydrogen up to a location up here, and we'll pump the hydrogen up here as well, so that we can eventually work our way this way a little bit more, maybe even grow out our food area. We'll see. But we won't do that soon, but I figured I'd let you guys know what I'm planning. We may drain all this water down there as well, so we'll see what happens with that. But currently, moving down a little bit, trying to do our food. Probably moving into this area, and we'll see how far we get into this area. I would like to get these pinch of pepper seeds and try and grow those in the future, but this is probably the most sustainable of an area that we can move to. The copper ore will be good to have. The algae will be good to collect eventually. But I'm using this oxalite right now, and I want this to, slowly oxidize the base. But so far we are doing pretty good on oxygen. We'll see what happens with that. These guys, he's actually working. Let's see. Gas vent overpressure. Huh. I did not realize that was going to be an issue. Oh, no power? Huh. Power is an issue, actually. Let's see what set this is on. Oh, this is on the mouse wheel. Oh, that's why. That's why. Let's see if we can... Let's get that up to 7. That might be a way to keep this gas flowing, and maybe the oxygen a little cooler over here. We'll see. The oxygen is also bad down here, so we do need to... Okay. We do need to get this deoxidizer going as well. So... we'll see what happens. I think it's gonna work, it just might take a little bit of time. But, so far so good. We're gonna get these mess tables in here for a nice, wonderful food eating area for our people, with some nice canvases to make them happy, some lights and whatnot to get the decor up. Showers and stuff are, gonna be beneficial. We need to get these things swept up. I'm pretty sure I set someone's job to pretty much only be a sweeper. Trivaldo, I'm pretty sure Trivaldo is primarily a sweeper. Sweep? Yeah, mostly. Mostly. He does have other aspects of him, but I wonder if we turn off cooking. He's an okay cook. He's good in all this. Mop? Maybe we take off mopping, harvesting. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll take off that, and we'll get him a little bit more accustomed to sweeping the base up. So far so good. All right, so I think I'm gonna come back when we either figure out the food system. If we see some of these plants growing pretty good, then that might be a good time to come back and talk about maybe some future plans. Get some more gas pumps and stuff. Let's see, carbon dioxide, it's 74 degrees, and in order for these to grow, we need, let's see, we need 73.4, so we have a little bit of temperature drop to go. Okay, guys, so I'm back, and I'm going to try something a little bit different, so hear me out real quick. I've done in the past where I've taken ice, and I put it in a storage container, and I've actually heated it up to melt it so that I could get extra water, and I was kind of interested in that. But I noticed that the area around the storage containers that I kept my ice got very cold. So I'm thinking, instead of me trying to do this hydro fan constant deal with having guys go in here and cool down the air, it's working, but it's not incredibly efficient. It might work, but what I'm considering doing is at least one of these, I want to try it out, is replace these with storage containers, and I want to put ice in these storage containers, only ice, and I want that to cool down the area, and then this little area will get cold, and then that air will be pumped into the areas where I need it. So that might be a good way to go about doing it. Now, the ice melts, as far as I know, the ice melts and it drips out of these storage containers. So what I'm going to have to do is put a location underneath it where the water will fall through mesh tiles, which I still have to research. The mesh tiles drip down into like a reservoir, and then we will pump that water out to somewhere else, just, so that it doesn't fill up. But that might be a way to go about doing it. Number one, we can get more water. We can also use it as a way to cool down our base wherever we need it. So I feel like that's kind of cool. And we don't have to use manpower to constantly run these hydro fans. Interesting. We'll see if that works. It's kind of another experiment I'm doing, and hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt. But we honestly have been okay on food because of these mealwood harvests. However, I don't think our harvest ratings are getting up high enough to where we are getting seeds from it. Actually, I'm almost positive we are not, because if we come down here, mealwood seeds need... they have to have excellent. Yeah, they have to have excellent in order to produce mealwood seeds. So we're not getting that. So we're not getting seeds, and these are eventually going to run out. Now, we do have a lot. You did see that we have 32 seeds to use. But eventually that's going to run out, and I don't want it to catch me off guard. So I want to do my best to get these all in good good standing. I mean, these harvest ratings on these end up being really, really good. So we do get seeds out of these quite often. That is not mesh tiles. Okay, so the next research I have to do is going to be the medical, I believe. And is that the last? That's the last research I have to do. Then I can honestly not research anymore, which is going to be awesome. Obviously, the game is still in development, so there will be potentially other stuff being made, but in this base, I could turn off research altogether once this is done. So I'm excited about that. But we got insulated tiles, which will be good. That's important for certain rooms. Now, I probably won't need it in here because I'll be pumping out the oxygen so fast that I won't have to worry about it. But this would be good for a place that I wanted to, like, refrigerate food, or maybe keep the base well insulated so that the temperature doesn't get too hot or too cold at any time. So that's a possibility. We'll have to see when this will actually be useful, but yeah, pretty interesting. I'm excited about that. Also in plumbing, we got I don't know what we got. Insulated? Oh, I think it was insulated pipe. So that's good for transporting liquid and not changing temperature all that much. I'm not exactly sure when that's useful. You guys, if you guys are playing this game and know enough about this game, feel free to let me know what might be useful for this kind of stuff. But I have a feeling I'll figure it out. You know, I don't know. I don't want to say that because I'm pretty dumb. But let's say I needed to move cold water somewhere for a specific reason. That might be good if I'm planting the crops that are saturated with water. If I have to have a certain temperature water that is pumped to those locations, that would work. Or if for some reason I need hot water, maybe I could pump hot water to a place without having it cool down too much. I don't know. But, and then stations, the textile factory, which I don't know if this works. I think I tried it in a previous game and I couldn't really see a difference in all of that, but eventually I will need to make this for when we travel to these colder biomes, especially this ice biome. But we'll see when we need that. But I just researched it just to research it so I could get all the research done for the future. But did I not? Okay, they are researching it. Cool. So yeah, I think I think I'll try to wait a little bit longer and see if this pans out, and I will get back to you guys if it does or does not. Alright guys, so we're back, and at this point, we are headed up. We are getting some copper ore because we really need some copper ore at the moment. This is going to help us build quite a bit. How do I get this at a priority 7? Do I not get to... Okay, well they're jumping over there anyways. So they're grabbing some of this copper ore, which we need. I added this little section right here. I need some coal, and the coal is pretty much dropped right here thanks to our hatch quite often. So that is good. Let me just dig these two real quick. We'll actually uproot that, and we'll also dig this. But Bristle Blossom, we'll get as many harvests out of that as we can. But we need a little bit of help in this electrical grid right here from time to time. This battery does fill up, but sometimes we do get a little bit of a depletion, and that is because it runs over to our gas pumps, our doors, our oxygen stuff for all of this, and we don't want that to run out. So we're gonna build another coal generator down here. Might be temporary. I do want to make this a larger room, but right now I don't want to risk this polluted water, so I don't know. I may be doing this wrong, but I need to figure this out, and like I said, also allowing this hydrogen to get sucked up later. So we'll see what happens. This gas pump is going to be ideal for the hydrogen being pumped up, but at the same time, this is going to put off carbon dioxide, I believe. Over here, it definitely gets really warm. Maybe it doesn't. Let me just real quick. Boom. Boom. Yes, it does put off carbon dioxide, so we'll want to pump that out and filter that out. But we'll put all of that stuff up to... actually, we could pump all of that without filtering it up into this area, because this is going to be where we utilize our hydrogen as well as convert some of our oxygen. So that works. Oh, this was our other hydrofan cooldown room. So we gotta pump cold air eventually using that as well. But unfortunately, that is not done. What is no, we need to. Okay, we go in our building. Let's do that. Build. We'll go plumbing, and then gas valves. Okay, so none of these have been mapped out yet, but we'll have to figure that out eventually. Currently, we have our cold room, which, like I said, may change into some ice containers, but we'll see. These will all have to convert to mesh tiles, and we'll see what happens. This guy needs some coal, so let's get a priority 7 on him because we want to keep that power running. But yeah, we still have yet to get down here because priorities. But we are good on food at the moment, so maybe we turn this down to 7, and we start getting a little bit of priority on this. So we'll go, yeah, all of that, and then over. So very good, very good. Oh, you guys weren't supposed to do that? Oh, well. Well, then there's no point in even building this ladder crooked like that, so that's that. We will, cancel those two and, deconstruct those two. Or don't deconstruct those two? Oh, yeah, okay, all, and then deconstruct those two. Alright, so that's that. I think we'll be okay. We'll see what happens for the next episode when it comes to a lot of this stuff, because our air temperature is not getting low enough. It's at 75 degrees. We need to find a better way to cool down our air, and I think the ice is going to be the way to go. I hope. But, yeah, let's see what our duplicate is real quick before we boom, binge. No thanks. No thanks. Even though our stress level is actually pretty good, I don't want to risk it, because, you know, last thing I want to happen is it get too bad and then people start binge eating all our food when we don't have it. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for the episode. Also, I installed this gas valve. I don't know how to properly use it, so I'll probably check out, I'll research a little bit to see how to properly use a gas valve. The only reason why this pressure has gotten better is because I put in these gas permeable tiles right here, and that has allowed this area to not be so full of the gases, and it starts seeping into the other areas, and that allowed it to clear up, but that's not good enough. We will have to find a better way to mitigate our gases and our overpressure, so we'll see what we end up doing with that. Oh, excuse me. We may have to maybe break this wall and utilize this gas pump. I don't know, but we'll see. We will see. But currently, temperature is not good enough. Not good enough. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Blow!